how amazing are you being here in Germany and showing the first footage of Valerian on Comic-Con Germany?
I'm very proud to represent the whole team and everyone that's been working on the film, and to come to this second edition of Comic-Con is I'm very, very proud. And I hope there'll be many other Comic-Cons in Stuttgart.
When you first got the, when you see the first footage of Valerian, what did you think after all this time? Because you have been having this big production process, more than 10 years. And more than 6 months shooting, so how was it seeing the first footage on screen?
Well, it's the process is completely different because it's VFX. So we first saw the designs, then we saw all the actors dressed in mocap suits, gray, and that's how we saw the film. Then we saw each layer added to it. So it's not like if suddenly we discovered the final image. It was a long process, step by step, of seeing things evolve. So now what is very enjoyable is to see everything all together and finished after so long.
Valerian was nearly completed, shot in the La Cité Cinema studios in Paris. What is the good thing about shooting in studios than going to the outside, and what is maybe the thing that is not so good when you're just in a studio atmosphere? Or is it just perfect?
Personally, as a producer, to film in studio is perfect because you don't depend on the weather, which is usually the hardest thing on a film. Is it going to rain? Is it going to be sunny? Is you started filming one scene and then when you come back 3 weeks later and you have to do the other side or the following scene, then the weather has changed, so it's a nightmare. So suddenly when everything is condensed in a blue room, you don't care. It can be snowing, it can be sunny, and it's also very practical for the team because when you film outside, you have all the material that you put in the trucks and you have to move them from one location to the other, and it's a lot of work for the teams. All the grips and the electricians, and every morning when you change set, you have to find a new place and just set everything back. At least when you're in studio, you go in the first day, and we stayed for almost 100 days, and everything was set at the same places, and it was easy to move because we were filming on 7 sound stages at Les Cités, and it was so easy just to move from one to the other. So for me as a producer, it was perfect.
And do you have maybe some funny memories from the shooting, especially when you're looking at all the green screen or blue screen scenes?
Funny memories. I have some good memories when, like, walking through the warehouse where they were creating all the costumes was amazing because there was seamstress, there was painters, there were electricians to create everything, and it was big areas like that where there was like hundreds of people sewing and doing everything. So that was a very good souvenir. And funny souvenirs, we had things that were funny, like there's some creatures like they're like big pit gores, which are a futuristic version of the pit bulls. And of course we didn't have real ones on set, so sometimes it was the first AD who would put a leash on, and he would be on his forearms on the ground pretending he was a creature, and that was very funny. So moments like this. Or there's another moment that I loved, which was we were in the blue screen stage and everything was blue, and at one point I saw some blue things moving, and it was actually 2 electricians who were dressed all in blue, but they even had a hood on, and you couldn't see them because they were blue on blue, and suddenly you saw something move, but it was just so that was funny, and can only happen on a VFX movie like that.
Great story, thanks for that. And what happened you made so many nice props and costumes, so what happened now to all these costumes and props?
We kept everything because there's been so much work put into it that I organized a huge warehouse where everything is organized, and we kept everything. There's too much work. I think it's very sad when a movie is finished and you throw everything away, or even the sets when we destroy them. So at least the costumes, you can keep them.
Great. And can you give us a little bit of teaser for Valerian 2? Because I'm thinking you're still planning it because this film will be a big blockbuster success. So
no, I'm very. I don't want to look ahead. I want to make sure first this one that it comes out in theaters and that people love it, and then we will think about a sequel if people want a sequel. But I don't want to jinx or imagine things if it's not going to happen. I'm down to earth. I'm the producer. The director is the one who goes and has a lot of imagination.
Thank you so much, and don't worry, it will be a big success.
Thank you.